I'm Pauline Sameshima. I'm Canada Research Chair in Arts Integrated Studies, and my work is in using the arts to enhance research, collection of data, analysis of data, and then also in sharing the findings. So I was a classroom teacher for many years, almost 2 decades, and I wanted to become a principal and make some changes in my school or in my school district, but I didn't have the seniority, and there were a lot of people ahead of me who were very well qualified, and I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get a school to change to the way I wanted to have it run. And so I thought that I'd do my PhD and then I'd sort of jump the line in a politer way. And when I was at University of British Columbia, I ended up writing a novel for my dissertation, and I was so in love with writing and researching that I didn't go back to the class. But I've always been dabbling with arts, and I have to say my parents have been really influential in my life because they're very creative, and they're not like fine artists, gallery kind of artists. They're really functional artists. So my mom would sew all the costumes for me when I was dancing as a kid, and my dad would always be making all sorts of contraptions around the house that were efficient. So I think I'm really interested in functional art. So the Women in Math study or project started in 2006. When I first was hired at Washington State University, I was contacted by Roxanne Vandermaas, who was putting together a team of researchers. So she's from the nursing department, and she pulled together somebody from fine arts, theater, music, English, and education, where I was. And we sat down together and thought about how could we do an interdisciplinary project that had us all looking at the same data, but from different perspectives and different lenses. And that's really where the model is called parallaxic praxis that I use now. And Roxanne and I worked on developing this framework. And since then, I've used it in many other projects and have further developed it with Patricia Marhouse. Parallax is an astronomy term, and it means it's really talking about the concept where if you're looking at something from one position, you'll see it in a particular way, but if you look at it from another angle, you'll see a different aspect of it. So the idea is that if you are looking at data or a content or something, and you look at it from all different angles, then you talk about it, you could actually create a wholesomeness about what is actually there. We tend to think that what we see is what everybody else is seeing. I suppose there might be misconceptions about what arts integrated research is, and that some people might not believe that it's credible or it's valid research. And I suppose what the key here is what are you trying to find out? If you're looking at an experience or trying to explain or interpret experience, there isn't really one answer. So using the arts allows for a bit of ambiguity because the way we encode and decode understanding is variable. So it's perfect for doing particular kinds of research. We need to have different ways of seeing the world and coming to understand the world. One of my super mentors, his name is Carl Lego, he said, what's so perfect is having a library full of different books. And if we just had one kind of book, what a horrible library it would be. I think I'm really interested in the functional aesthetic of art, in that when I think about reading articles as a researcher, I read a lot of articles and there's a lot of data. So there's a great volume of information. And usually when you read an article, at the end of it, you maybe remember 2 or 3 sort of main takeaway points. But really what you remember is an essence of the piece, something that has that you've managed to grasp, and it's usually not something tangible. Maybe it's a word or a point. And I think what we're trying to do with the art pieces is how do you take that essence and instill it into some other mode in order to recreate that essence. So if we can collect different ways of creating these essences and build that network, then wouldn't we have a better understanding that is self-created? The focus of my research really is on well-being. I'm really interested in the sustainability of people, and I work with Dr. David Greenwood and he's the director of the Center for Place and Sustainability Studies. And we always joke about, he's interested in the sustainability of place, which he is, and I talk about how I'm interested in the sustainability of people, and so together we're hoping that we can make a difference. Our very exciting project that's coming up this year is that we're interested in creating a labyrinth at Lakehead on the Thunder Bay campus, and create a labyrinth that we can actually walk through and slow down and create a space of well-being. People tend to be really busy, always going from one point to another, and finding a place or creating a space that would allow for some time to reflect would be really helpful. I think in all my projects I'm really trying to express the experience of something in a different way, so that we might find connection with people that we think we don't have connection with. I think we're all connected, and it's easy. It is cliche to say we're all connected, but truly we are concerned about the same things. I suppose as a researcher, I would like to think that I contribute in some way, but I think it's really difficult to think about doing that. I think I just want to concentrate on small things in local places and try to do things that are close to me. So I'm really enjoying working with interdisciplinary teams that are local and doing things with friends that have similar passions. For more information on Arts Integrated Studies, please contact Lakehead University, Faculty of Education.